Welcome back, beautiful humans, back to Kick Up Flex. My name is Christine. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today we're going off with episode 5. Yes, it's actually a really good episode. So if you don't like spoilers, as we normally say here, go watch it, then come back and continue watching it. If you don't mind some spoilers, then continue. Please watch it and enjoy the episode. So far, this is actually a good season, but this episode in particular, episode 5, is a kind of like a turning point and when things are really kind of kicking off. But one thing we do find out about Ryu is, for example, is that now he's opened up shaman abilities after the possession. So now he's learning on how to become a shaman and manifest his powers. They don't spend a lot of time on it, but now he's part of the crew, so why not? I don't know what happened to his crew yet, but whenever we find that out, I guess we'll talk about it. So moving on from that, we kind of find out a little bit more about Yo. One big thing that does pass is this big gigantic star, and I guess this is like the turning point of it's letting all the shamans know, hey, the catalyst of destruction's about to come. Something's about to awaken to destroy the world, and the only thing that can stop it is a shaman king. But in order for the shaman king to stop it, we need not the shaman king, but we need a new shaman king. Which also makes me think is that if every 500 years a new shaman king is picked, what happens to the old shaman king? Or why do we constantly every 500 years need a new shaman king? I don't know, those kind of questions just kind of pop up in my head. I'm not really too sure why, but hopefully I get an answer to it. It doesn't look like they're heading in that direction to give an answer, but it is what it is. So we run into this far gentleman with this big gigantic gun, and apparently his name is Silva, and Silva is there to test him to see if he's strong enough to be in the shaman competition. Now it is a competition where few shamans fight, and I'm guessing they, it's kind of like a ladder where they fight, and then eventually whoever wins at the top becomes the new shaman king. I know that they said that they're going to be doing it in Tokyo, which is in Japan, and we do find out a lot about how his desire isn't through greed, but wanting to be free, and he wants a really relaxing life, so he figures, why not be the shaman king? He'll do what he needs to do the right way because he wants all the souls to be saved, which again follows up from episodes 1 through 4 so far, so that's nothing special. Wow, I have a gnat and I don't know how to kill it, my bad. So the big thing that Yo faces at the very end of this, toward the end of this fight, is this cannon will either kill him or Yo needs the ability to defend himself. And one thing is that Silva challenges him with is not through knowledge but wit, because wit is something that you can come up with something from nothing through intellect, versus knowledge, you might know how it works, but it doesn't necessarily mean you know what you're doing specifically, or if it's even going to work the way it's taught. So if you watch the episode, you'll realize that Silva has like these pieces of animals like on his hand, one that represents a turtle, one that represents a snake because he got the fangs, an ox, a bird that's on his head, he has the feathers, and he does represent a Native American. And I kind of like that aspect, how they took something from a different culture and they really did incorporate it. Using his powers, Yo finds out that, oh wait, he's able to manifest through mana, which he just found out about, and he learned very quickly through wit on how to integrate the soul into the sword, because it's the strongest aspect that represents. So for example, like a bird would be feather, a turtle would be the shell, a snake would be its fangs, a bull would be I guess just a regular bone, because that's what they had. So everything has a representation. So with this representation, it creates like a new type of form, and this is the form that Yo actually kind of brings out. I really do like it. For me, in my opinion, it looks a little bit more defensive and offensive. Like it looks like it can protect himself at the same time, have the ability to attack, but at a risk. It doesn't seem, and it also really does seem exhausting to Yo at the same time for his first time doing it, compared to the soul integration where he actually did pretty fine with it and he was able to fight with it. It doesn't look like he can do too much with the integration into the sword, though it's used more as a weapon. But it also makes me wonder, does it also have any stress on the spirit as well? Because he's using this, Yo is using his own mana to manifest this. And as you know, Yo ends up defeating it, but using up all his energy, gets the Oracle Bell, which is the Oracle Bell really leads to how it communicates to this greater spirit. And this, greater spirit as in being like God, pretty much, or without saying the word God, or using different names that have been used through different cultures, which they are very sensitive of. So I actually kind of like this anime because they are sensitive in for the religious aspect and the spiritual aspect. On they're not really naming like a specific thing, but they're using a greater spirit, something that elevates above a human being, the all-knowing, the one that's been there since the beginning of time. And I kind of like it. And then at the very end of this episode, we find out that Ren ends up killing his the person who challenged him to a fight to say you only need to land one, and ended up like stabbing him in the stomach. Like, was it necessary? But at the same time, probably where he's from, it's normal. So there's a lot to learn and depict from this, and I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. So please subscribe, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and hit that bell notification for whenever I post a video. Till next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to always kick up and not down, and I'll see you next time. Peace.